How's it going? Well, like she said, my name is Nick Johnson. I'm 22 years old, and I fart when I'm nervous. So, I'm a college student. I go to college. Any college students in the audience? Cool. All right, so... Well, I'm a liberal studies major, and for those of you that don't know what a liberal studies major is, it's a major that was created for people like me who change their major depending on how hard the classes are. When I first started college, though, I was actually a musical theater major, or as my parents called it, gay. I never understood why they felt that way until I started realizing how excited I would get over the parts I was cast in. Like, other people would look at the cast list and get all discouraged because they were cast in a secondary role instead of the lead. I, on the other hand, was so excited to even have a role, I'd just come home, "Daddy, I'm a tree!" Yes. That's Breezes. I don't know if you know, that's a tree in the breeze. No, so I am a college student and I'm a comedian, which means no money. So up until recently, I was still living with my parents. Ladies. There's a lot of things that can go wrong when you're living with your parents at my age. I always felt that the worst thing for me was bringing girls home. Because, you know, I'd meet a girl, I'd bring her home, and as soon as we get out of the car, I have to explain to her that I'm really into Christmas because my dad still hasn't taken down the lights. So, speaking of women, I am actually in a relationship. My girlfriend and I just had our 2-year anniversary. Thank you, thank you. And since we hit 2 years, a lot of people have been coming up to us and saying that, you know, being in a long-term relationship is like being in prison. And I always say, why is that such a bad thing? I mean, you really got to think about it. If a long-term relationship is like being in prison, that means I get my meals on time, I sleep in the same bed every night, and I get surprise sex in the shower. Things are going good, though. Things are going great. We're actually getting to the point now where she says we can get a dog, which I'm really excited about. Not because I've ever been partial to a specific breed. I actually don't even care what kind of dog it is. I just hope that it's of use to me in some way. I've decided to get an ex-police dog so it can help me find my weed. I don't actually smoke anymore. No, but I did smoke so much that once I quit, it took me 2 years before I realized Fox News, not a comedy. So, clap if you use Craigslist still. All right, so this is a 6-person joke. I was on Craigslist recently looking at some of the job listings that they had on there, and a buddy of mine comes up behind me and goes, "What you doing, dude? Looking at dicks?" I said, "Number one, we're in a Starbucks, so if you could keep your dick shenanigans to a minimum, that'd be great. Number two, what the hell are you talking about?" And he goes on to explain to me about a little portion of the Craigslist website. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's called Casual Encounters. Like, there's the job section, there's, you know, where you can find an apartment, buy a car, and then Casual Encounters. What it is, it's a section of the site where you can put your photo and information online, and someone will contact you looking for anonymous sex. And I thought, how creative for the makers of Craigslist to make a website where you can look for a real job and a blow job on the same site. Not at the same time, because that's gross and dangerous. Long story short, I sent my resume to this girl I was trying to get with and a picture of myself to Wells Fargo. She was confused. She called me like, "Well, your references speak very highly of you." And I got the job. They were impressed. Anyway, that's my time, everybody. Thank you very much.